Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Faerie-tempest, and this is episode 14 of the Black History Challenge, a modified decades challenge I created to honor events and people in Black history. If you're new here, make sure you check out the Black History Challenge playlist to get caught up on my founders, Rose and Benjamin Coates, and how I set up my game. I will have the link to the playlist and the rules in the description if you're interested. In this episode, we're going to finish up Ben Jr.'s first term at university, hopefully pass with flying colors, and visit home for some much needed family time. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's go. So today is the final day of term. It is the last push for Ben Jr. and his roommates to make sure that they get good grades for their classes here. And Ben Jr. has been doing relatively well. He has been doing his homework. He's been working on his term paper. So I think we are going to be in a good spot. Let me just take a look here. So, all right, so we don't have any more homework that we should be doing. I think I'm gonna have him go back to the dorm and get some work done if possible. Here we go. So I think he still needs to get one of his term papers fully drafted, and then we just need to edit one of the other ones and get that going. But so far, so good, I think. I think that we are in a good place in terms of grades. All right, with the day almost over here, we were able to fully edit one of our papers, and now I just need to submit it. So this is going to be evidence in debate prep. We have an outstanding quality paper, so we're going to go ahead and submit that, and then make sure that we keep editing the term paper for pride and prepositions, because that still needs some work. All right, Ben Jr.'s paper is looking good at this point. Further editing won't help, so let's get this paper submitted. Let me just see, can I see what that... And it's outstanding quality. Perfect. Get that baby submitted. Robert over here is cooking up some baked potatoes. He actually has an aspiration to be a master chef, so he has been making most of the meals for the group here, and I think everyone has been appreciating it. He is a pretty good cook. He's pretty good, definitely compared to some of the other guys here. All right, so I think everyone has gotten their stuff. So they should have taken the final exam because they all went to their classes today. He submitted his paper, he gave his presentation, and submitted his term paper. Robert gave one of his presentations. I'm annoyed that he wasn't able to get to that other one. I forgot that it was only allowed during the weekday to give your presentation, but it's okay. It's all right. And now I think I'm just gonna send everyone to bed and wait and see for the results of this term as one of our roommates serenades the rest of the group. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Tuskegee and sort of what I wanted to talk a little bit about Tuskegee Institute and sort of what it meant to the African American community at that time. Not in the sense that lots of people were talking about it necessarily, but it was a place where most or a lot of students, African American students, came to be trained in various various careers and career paths. So students came here, I think in the 1890s, the enrollment was up close to 1,000. Oh, she's missing some hair. And they did everything from blacksmithing to carpentry to bricklaying to, farming, poultry raising, different agricultural techniques. Women could go to the Tuskegee Institute and they would learn, like laundry and sort of sewing and general, what's the word? What is the word? It's not like house training, it's like home care, but you're cleaning. So, housekeeping. It's housekeeping. That's what I was trying to think of. And they would learn cooking and cleaning, all that kind of stuff. And it had completely been built from the ground up by the students who went to the school. So, I mean, a lot of them, like I said, were learning carpentry and bricklaying. So they were learning this stuff literally on hand at school, just doing it. They built their own school. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that quickly. It's Easter morning in the game, and it is, I think, the end of term, but we haven't gotten any grades back for Ben Jr. yet. Since it is Easter, I am going to have him go home. So let's go and visit family. Here we are back home with Mom and Dad. We are getting so many hugs, getting all the hugs in, because Ben Jr. is finally home, finally back after a long first year at university. I'm going to have his dad come give him a hug as well. He's just here. I mean, he's telling his mom sort of all about his recent time at college, all the people that he's met. Oh, this is so special. I'm so happy that he's been able to come back and be with his family. A quick thing that changed while we were away, little James has aged up into a teenager. So here he is, washing the dishes, growing his little sideburns. And he aged up on Monday in the game, and I gave him the art lover trait, since he's been such a creative being, and he kind of has always liked all of the colors, and he is just he's a sweetheart. He is a sweetheart. All right, since we are all here, I am going to have Rose take the family to a holiday ceremony like usual on Easter. I was about to say Sunday, but it's actually Saturday in the game that we do Easter, which is just fine. So let's have everyone go off to the holiday ceremony. We are back here at the Church of Willow Creek. Alma is giving she's giving a friendly hello to her old friend David Frazier. Like I've mentioned a few times before, David is an old friend of Alma's, and he was her first love when they were kids. And even though they never dated or anything when they were teenagers, they stuck together, they stayed close, and they have been friends ever since. Right now I believe he is studying to become a minister like his father, who unfortunately did pass away a little while ago. And so it's good to be with family again, to reconnect with everyone on this Easter Saturday, not Sunday. Now this man is August Crawley. He is a new neighbor to the Coateses. He is not a sharecropper. I believe he's like a fisherman or something. And Alma has been very interested in getting to know him, I have to say. August is like a very charismatic, very engaging person, which is very attractive to Alma. So it's something that she connects with, that she identifies with. And I think they might like each other, and I think we might see a lot more of August. And notice that David is sticking very close by, just in case. I'm going to have Rose cook up a feast like she normally does. So we'll do some baked potatoes and then some grilled chicken. And Alma looks like is having a very good time just sitting here talking to August Crawley. Why don't we tell him a funny story and discuss interests, sing about Easter, and we can also praise Sim Jesus. I do feel like David Fraser still cares a lot about Alma, and I feel like he's certainly not unaware, like he can tell who Alma is into, sort of like who she wants to spend her time and energy on. And so I think that is sort of exactly why he is hovering and offering her his umbrella, because he wants to make sure, or hopes, I think, that she knows who is gonna be there for her. Because I think he'd be one of those characters who's like, we don't know what this guy is about, what he's here for, what are his intentions, and we know that David wants the best for Alma. I mean, he's been here. He's sort of like a day one kind of guy. So we'll see what happens. So I am going to have Alma be a little bit flattering to August, although he's feeling a little bit tense right now. I think she noticed him cleaning up after the others' messes, and you know what? She thought that it was really nice. And I think we are the only ones in this conversation, so let's give him a little flirt. And he was receptive. He was definitely receptive to it. So, let's share the Easter spirit. And, oh my goodness, let's ignore the disrespect in the background here. And, I think, why don't we, oh no. Oh, Rose knows her daughter so well. She's like, hi, honey. I'm just coming over here to check on you. Definitely just here to check on you. Rose is like, yeah, just wanted to come over here and join the conversation. You guys look like you were having a great time. So I just wanted to see what was what. We're back at home, and the family is still in their old routines. Benjamin is just giving the plants a late night watering. It looks like he maybe needed to do an extra bit of watering today. Josie is having some fun with the dogs. She's feeling a little tense. It looks like she had some some frustrating interactions with relatives today, maybe. So she is calming herself down by having some quality time with Willow. Alma is in a great mood. She is feeling very happy. She made a new good friend, created a deep connection, created a deep connection with someone. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but Benjamin and Rose do actually have new outfits. So since Rose has been working at the tailor's, she has been able to sort of sew some new outfits for the family and get everyone sort of new looks, especially for her and Benjamin. I mean, they have been in the same outfits since we started, because they didn't have the resources to buy themselves anything new, but now they can. Benjamin gets to wake up in his old bed today. He's just sad because he didn't get to accomplish all of the traditions for Easter. But as usual, Rose and Benjamin are the first ones up, and Rose is, okay, hang on. So Benjamin, I was going to have you collect eggs actually, and Rose, if you could search pockets and do the laundry, that would be great. Well, it looks like things on the homestead have been going just about the same as always. So Rose is serenading her husband. These two are still into each other after all of these years, and I love their interactions together. And Ben Jr. Is finding something productive to do with his time, sort of studying and taking notes on the crops in the field. Now with his newfound knowledge from Tuskegee, he is sort of able to understand even more things about agricultural techniques. And I think he might be able to we might be able to see that he brings some additional value to this farm in the future. Since he is a full-time university student, though, we are going to make this a short trip and get him back to uni so that he can continue on with his studies. And so let's get him back to campus. So we're back on campus, and I'm getting the feeling that the term is going to end at the end of the day on Monday, because Ben Jr. is still able to study for different classes. And I feel like he wouldn't be able to do that if the term was over. So I don't know what's going. I also haven't gotten his grades yet for the semester, so I think we still have some more to go. So I'm gonna see if we can have some quality time with the roommates, get our grades, and get on to the next term. I've decided to take the guys out to the Laurel Library, I think it's called, but this is a renovated build that is built up as a restaurant. So we've got restaurant seating. There's a little boxing ring over here for Sims who want to get into boxing, a cafe, another sort of bar area, a library. So this is sort of like the main part of campus, let's say, a part where a lot of students would come to hang out. Apparently, Gavin has an issue with one of the Sims here, and I think it's Luis. Yeah, So Gavin and Luis really don't like each other. Gavin thinks that Luis is untrustworthy. Luis thinks that Gavin is stuck up. And even though we just invited the main guys here, Gavin, I don't think he would want him to be in the group, so we are gonna remove him and also maybe just send him home, you know, just make life easier for Gavin here. So it looks like they are all headed over to the bar area, which I can get behind. Why don't we have a friendly game of what is it, like Don't Wake the Llama or something? Let's have a friendly game of Definitely Not Jenga. I have actually not had my Sims use this object in the game before. Oh, they already messed up. You guys already messed up. It's really funny because there are some rounds that are so fast, like they end so quickly, and it's you know, not really that interesting. And then there are also some rounds that are so intense, people keep making like the most insane slides of the blocks, like, and it's just, yeah, it's funny how it can change from round to round. My hunch was correct. Today is actually the last day of classes, and Ben Jr. is very, very uncomfortable, as is pretty much everyone else, because they did not study, I guess, ahead of time. So they are all super nervous for this test, but I think we are going to do okay. I think we got this. You know, we've been doing our homework, we've been taking notes in class, so I think we can get it done. I think we can get it done. Okay, all right. So Ben Jr. Did not do so well in evidence in debate prep, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I think we did everything for that. Maybe it was because we didn't study for the exam. Even though he failed that class, he did get a B+ for the term overall. I think because he failed that class, though, he's going to have to retake it. But otherwise, this is great. It's a pretty good start to the term, to the semester, and I think I'm just going to end this part here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for even more Black History Challenge videos coming your way. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.